So, all this fucking like gay nightclub shooting. I'm gay as fuck, and I don't go to gay nightclubs because they're fucking just target fests, basically. I get that I'm not every fucking gay dude, but to those of you that are watching that are gay, if you go to a gay club, you should bring a fucking gun. Why did you ever think you were safe? You weren't. It's one of the things that annoyed me about my girlfriend Dakota is that even after all the shit we've been through together, she didn't get that like the world can be a dangerous place. Like she got something that I didn't, which is that basically we live in like the safest time ever, and that most of the time things are good. She didn't get that it doesn't really matter if I agree with that or not, because I will continue to prepare as though I'm about to be in a gunfight. Why? Because it's not always going to be that way. The fucking mass shooters or whatever, they keep doing this shit, and all of the fucking like war and police and everything else. You really think you're just going to get to keep living your happy little fucking life where you get to pay for your fucking McDonald's and watch your goddamn fucking Cartoon Network bullshit or whatever the fuck it is that you like to watch? It's not going to fucking happen, honey. You need to buck the fuck up and get a fucking rifle and a pistol and know how to use them. Carry them everywhere. Like the rifle, maybe don't carry it everywhere, but like you should have it in a bag and have it close at hand probably. I don't do that shit around Tulsa much. For the simple reason that we basically live in a fucking fascist police state, and I really don't want to get shot over having my fucking rifle. But as soon as the world ends, we're carrying it more. I used to tote it around a tennis racket bag all the time, and I'm probably going to get back to doing that at some point. But that's also when it was a fucking pistol. I don't know. For now, I've got a fucking, like, 9mm PDW. I use it for that kind of shit. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about the fact that people keep targeting gay people because they don't consider you to be very threatening. Maybe it's time that you fix that. No one ever targeted me. In fact, I don't think anyone ever would. Basically, most people take a quick look at me and decide that they should just move along. And that's mostly because I'm very, very big and kind of crazy and dress like a woman. And like it's unclear as to what will happen if you fuck with me. Probably nothing good, right? This is kind of in a nutshell how I get by being who I am. You know how many people try to actually start shit with me in public face to face? 0. In fact, every time that I've ever fucking had anyone say anything or do anything in public that I would take as a threat or shining me on or anything like that, the thing that I usually ask them is something to the effect of, do we have a problem? And when you just look someone in the eyes and ask them that, they tend to say no. Especially when they get by the tone that you use in your voice that you are getting ready to put a bullet in them. The thing that got me kicked out of Bear Independent was when they came to talk to me about my bacon. They used a tone. I mirrored that tone back at them and said, "Do I need to leave?" That was why they kicked me out. When they came to confront me about the fact that I had bacon in my van, they used a tone, and they got that tone right back harder and better. They didn't like that. Their security people see that as a concern. Well, maybe they should. Maybe you guys shouldn't be fucking fuckwits, like, going through people's fridges about whether or not they have bacon or not. Like, you want to talk about some fuckwit that needs to get fucking shot? I'm not going to say that. There's people that shouldn't be allowed to exist in America, in my opinion, and religious extremists are amongst them. I think that's just me. I know we have religious freedom here or whatever, but at the same time, I don't have to like you. If you come to Oklahoma, I think you should know that there's a whole bunch of people here that don't fucking think like you. Whatever that is. And like, if you want to practice your religion in your home or whatever with your friends, cool. If you want to form a cult and start invading southeastern Oklahoma and acting like everybody's just going to be all cool with it, that's probably another thing. Eventually, that's going to be a problem that Oklahoma's probably going to have to go deal with. I envision that whole situation becoming another Waco. That's where that's headed. That's what the report... Never mind. I'm not even going to say that. The report that the feds that were fucking embedded with fucking Bear Independence people in fucking Idabel, that's what those reports are saying to you or about you. If you're with those people. The thing that made me laugh was I saw people I recognized there. There were men that usually wear suits in Tulsa that had grown out long beards and were hanging out with those dudes. I literally saw 2 FBI agents that I recognized there. So I don't know what's going on with Bear Independent, but he's a non-governmental organization or some shit. He's an ex-Satanist. They have weird religious beliefs. And they're literally being checked out by the FBI. And like, this isn't like those FBI agents were members of his church. I know those FBI agents. They don't believe in God. Yeah. They're infiltrators. That's what they do. They're literally sitting in his midst, and he doesn't have any fucking clue about it. It's very funny to me. There's several things that are, very funny to me about that whole thing. The fucking getting upset about the bacon is my favorite part. It seems like those type of people and my type of people are never going to get along. Like, this is kind of, in a nutshell, why we're going to have a war. most of the fucking gay people I know wouldn't even gone to fucking Bear Independence thing. Damn sure wouldn't have shown up and shined them on. This is kind of my point, is what you gonna do about it? You gonna shoot me? I'd love that. Honestly, if those fuckers shot me, I wouldn't have left any of them alive. This is one of those things that you need to be real fucking careful about who you shoot. And if you're gonna shoot someone, you should fucking kill them. You ever seen the John Wayne movie El Dorado? At the start of that movie, a girl shoots him off his horse and then walks up and goes to kick him because he shot her brother. She says something about, "Yes, you won't shoot any more little kids, mister." As she kicks, he kicks out her other leg from under her, drops her ass into the fucking creek that he was laying in, face down. Just because you think a fight's over doesn't mean it's over. Not by a long shot. Like, this is the thing that a lot of people should get about fighting in general, and especially in this like modern context. People no longer know what they're capable of. And some of those people know that in a way like you do, where like you think your capabilities are limited and therefore you don't do as much. Some people have the opposite problem and think that they can do anything. And if you fight one of those kind of people, you ought to realize that they're going to do some unpredictable shit that is shit that you're probably going to go, well, that would never work. Well, the thing that makes it work is the fact that you would never consider it in a million years. It doesn't have to work every time. It has to work once. Now, this is when I played chess with my girlfriend Dakota. I beat her 2 games in a row the first time we played. She was like a grand national champion or whatever. That's what she did for fun, was play chess. So the fact that I was able to beat her twice was impressive to her. And the fact that we were playing strip chess, I was happy. Wish I could have won a few more times, but anyway, when we played, I loved playing her because I don't play chess. I don't play chess like anyone you've ever met plays chess. That's why I beat her twice in a row. It took her that long to figure out that I didn't know what I was doing. Because I played in ways that clearly I know this opening. Clearly I know this opening. I just countered your opening with an opening from whatever. So I have like shit mixed in that's like legit chess moves that head fake you and make you think that I know way more about chess than I do. In reality, I play attrition. Like, this is the thing most people aren't prepared for. Everybody thinks you're going to go for a stalemate. Everybody thinks you're going to go for a checkmate. Everybody thinks you're going to go for whatever. Like, the point of the game is to get people in check, right? I never check them at all. King's fucking worthless. I take all the rest of your pieces. This is in a nutshell why you should be very careful about who you fight. Dakota was a grand champion at fucking chess or whatever. She lost twice. She lost twice before she figured out how I was beating her. And the way that I was beating her was by completely playing my own fucking game, basically. This is combat. This is not chess. Chess, you memorize a bunch of fucking moves. I don't play chess to learn how to play chess. I play chess to learn about warfare and other people and what they do. Same reason I play poker or anything else. My goal is to win. You can win by being really, really fucking good at chess. But it will only get you to a certain point. The thing that Dakota was mystified by is basically why I wouldn't sit down and learn to play chess her way on top of the way that I played. Because I'd be so much better at it. And I'd be like, well, if I learn how to play your way, it takes this away, basically. You don't do this anymore. And doing what I do in chess, I pretty much win the first game every time. Every time I will beat you the first time. Probably won't ever beat you again after that. But you should realize that I've beaten computers the first time that were way smarter than you. Because they were also programmed to play chess. I'm not programmed to play chess. I am a free, independent thinker capable of making decisions on the fly that can affect the game dramatically. This is why you don't learn to play chess like Dakota did. You have to learn to play chess one move at a time, in the moment, making the decision. Is this the right call? Yes or no? Is this the right call? Yes or no? Where are we moving next? Like, this is how you should fucking play chess, because it's the chaos of the battlefield. Chess is not teaching you to play a fucking game. Chess is teaching you how to think and make decisions under fire if you do it appropriately. If you have, 29 million strategies that you're basically just... What Dakota does when she plays chess is she has a map of the board that she has in her head that she's trying to make. Right? She's trying to get to a certain position where she has options to attack from. She's doing shit to get field position. The thing that I did to fuck with her on that was I know how to use knights. I can keep you from having any field position at all that's worth a damn with just my knights. And like, this is half of, what drove her nuts was basically I do weird shit. I create a fortress for my shit. I protect it. I protect it till long in the game, and I use some of my key pieces to assault out and take as many of your pieces as possible. So, like, I'll lose my knights, guaranteed. But those boys will take 3 pieces each. And I only trade a knight for something good. Like, this is half the thing is... So many people I know want to keep their knights because they're going for check and they need the knight to make checks. This is true. In the late game, though, the bishops and the rooks and the queen are what rule the board. Those are the ones that I try to protect with the pawns. I usually take some of my pawns and use them as assaulters, and I put the knights with them. And use whatever's left of the pawns to form a fucking fortress for my king and queen and bishops. And use the rooks to protect them, basically. The rooks and the bishops protect the king and queen. The queen protects all the rest of those, usually. Along with, say, 3 or 4 of the pawns. Like, that's kind of my goal, is I divide my forces into a base of fire element and an assault element. So, like, half of my issue is that I'm using fucking, like, military tactics and gunfighting tactics on a chessboard. I don't see that as being a bad thing. I do think it's very interesting that Dakota's not the only professional I've played at chess or whatever. Like, I call it professional. I don't know what else to call that shit. Where you play chess literally every day on your phone to the point that chess isn't fun for you anymore. Okay? Between that and going to competitions and shit where there's a timer and whatever. And, like, this is half of the thing that they do. They put a timer on a chess game. That is a one way to do it. And it will cause the game to be played in the way that they play it. Because you can't possibly play the way that I would play it. Well, most people can't. I continue to play that way. And I just lose a lot after the first 2 games. And this is where, like, again, making decisions in the moment to moment matters. I don't really even remember what this video was about originally. Oh, the gay nightclub shit. Yeah. Dude, I don't know what to fucking do about that. Seems like that's just going to keep happening, and it's going to keep getting worse and worse. And it's our society that we live in where everybody is fucking at each other's throats all the time. My theory on that, by the way, is go watch Rick and Morty Season 1, Episode 2. It is about they gave Morty's dog super intelligence. What was the first thing he did? In that show, he sat and watched TV and pretty rapidly got shown the whole world as what it is. And by that I mean, like, the fact that dogs are pretty much subservient to man and yada, 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 and have been bred to be freaks. What you ought to get is that was an allegory for your kids. In all of the schools now, they're giving problem children Adderall. Problem children were already smarter than everyone else. That's why they were problem children. And their solution is to feed you super soldier formula. In very small amounts. And it makes you really, really fucking smart. Also makes you kind of a psycho. And now you're being exposed to YouTube and whatever Disney has to say and whatever, and you're watching all of that shit, and you pretty rapidly are going to get the idea that basically you're pretty rapidly going to get some Ted Kaczynski ideas. If you read his shit, you know, his whole thing was basically that man isn't man anymore, and we're being turned into something else and whatever. It was like the bitch of fucking Morty's dog, basically. You know, we used to be wolves, and wolves are cool, and now we are, fucked if I know, some sort of an abomination freak show. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how all of your kids feel. Like, you made us smart enough to realize how bad the situation is. And Adderall has this, like, added effect of making you, like, really, really, really anally horny. So I think that's some of the gayness, to be honest. Like, this is one of the things a lot of people don't understand about the gay world or whatever, is that one can be anally horny. Especially on fucking dope. The first time I ever saw someone smoke dope, meth, I then proceeded to watch her fuck her own ass with a dildo for 9 hours. It was a trans chick named Ashley. I saw all of this at a party in Mexico. Literally, she wanted some stuff off her butt. And like, you'd be like, oh, well, that's just that one. No, honey. That's every time I've ever seen anyone do that shit, it kind of ends up that way. This is in a nutshell why that shit is so prevalent in the gay world. There's a whole bunch of people that aren't gay at all until they try fucking crystal meth. You know, go watch Joe Exotic. How straight are you? Come on, little tiger. Church says hi. Anyway, I don't really know if we solved anything about the gay nightclub shooting. But I think the point of this is you should buy a fucking handgun and carry it everywhere with you. And if you're gay, I think we should make a fucking culture in gay nightclubs where it's like a cowboy thing and everybody's got their guns on. And like the goal here is like, if someone walks in the door, like everybody gets to like draw and look like a gay ass cowboy. I think this is kind of funny. We should totally do this. Ray Ray's gay ass cowboy bar coming to a Tulsa near you. Really, I should do this. I should open a bar. I would be good at running a bar. A lot of people don't get that. I'm really good at handling drunk, angry people with a shotgun. You either do what I say or you die. You know, maybe I wouldn't run a bar for very long. Until the end of the world. Like, this is Ray Ray's pirate-themed hooker house is coming soon, I guess. Ray Ray's cat house. There we go. How about that, church? I'm a madam. I provide a very safe working environment. Be fun. Like, this is where I'm at. The world is ending. Good riddance. The world that we had sucked. A lot of people think it was good just because they, you know, basically they don't get that they're fucking Morty's dog. You've had your balls cut off, and they have a little bowl of human chow they give you. Maybe if you're a good boy, you get to go to McDonald's. Fuck the government. To quote Dakota, fuck the patriarchy. I miss that bitch. She's kind of like a meme. She was a meme of a human being, but I loved her. Like, I loved her enough that I scooped her up and gave her a place to be a communist. You realize how much love that is? I miss her every day. I'll see you guys later.